price of staying here at the Citrus Hotel for just one night is £88, which may seem a lot of money, but that does include the taxi transfer from the airport. Quite a long journey, about 20 minutes or so. It includes the COVID PCR test, which was done at a nearby hospital, and it also includes a meal as well in the price. But later on in the holiday I'll be staying in Nang in another hotel which has got a rooftop swimming pool and quite close to the beach in glorious scenery, and that hotel will cost me just £18 a night. That's already booked for later in the holiday. Good morning everyone, it's now Wednesday the 27th of April. First, the good news. At 11 o'clock last night I eventually got my result of the COVID PCR test, and it was negative, which is great because it now means that I can get out of this bedroom and go and do whatever I want, wherever I want, and however I want. So, first of all, the plans for today. I was unable to extend my stay here at the Citrus Hotel, and after a few attempts at finding accommodation elsewhere in Bangkok, I've made the decision to go direct to Pattaya today. So it's now coming up to 10:30 in the morning, and I'm on my way to Pattaya, and I've caught the taxi. Should take about 2 hours I think to get there, and my driver's name, my chauffeur, is Suka. This is the main entrance of the Eureka Lodge Hotel, and this is the room number 3414. Considerably better than the hotel in Bangkok. As you walk through the door, you have the bathroom on the left hand side. There's a sink unit, and it comes with a bath and also a shower nozzle there. And quite a large fridge which has got a freezer compartment in it as well, and of course above that we have kettle and coffee making facilities. And if I go up close, you'll see that they think of everything in this hotel. And the main room. King size bed, TV, nice little workstation, bedside cabinets, little coffee table there, and even a sofa. And if I go out to the balcony, there are actually two separate buildings of this hotel. I think they may have taken over an adjacent hotel and now it all comes under the same wing. But there's a couple of chairs there, a little drying rack for your towels, and that's the view. This is one of the swimming pools at the hotel, called the Blue Ocean. And right beside the swimming pool is the Blue Ocean bar. And right opposite is the Luck bar. So I'm going to have a quick drink in the bar there. I'm now standing on the corner of an L-shaped street called LK Metro. And just on the corner here you can see a bar called the Sugar Bar. Sugar Sugar is the Catch Me bar, and if I walk down the street a little way, it's quite bright, the sun's quite bright. It's also quite hot today as well, but you can see possibly the names of some of the other bars down here. An area known for its wild kind of nightlife. This time of the day, it's nearly 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This time of the day, it's fairly quiet. Most of the bars open at 2 o'clock or even later, some of them at in the evening. A few more bars in the street. Exotic, then Mint. And then there's the Time Bar, which I'm going to go into right now. It's now 1:30 in the afternoon. At this time of the day, it's kind of like a food restaurant arrangement. Later on, it becomes a nightclub. The beer at this time of the day is just 50 baht, which is around about £1. But that price may go up later on when it opens up as an evening bar. And in just about any street in the town, you'll find these street sellers that do street food. So on the spur of the moment, I decided to get a taxi out to a beach not too far away, called Pratumnak Beach. In Pattaya you have Central Beach, which is the one local to the town centre. Then you've got Pratumnak, and after that there's another beach called Jomtien. But I'm on my way to Pratumnak Beach right now. So here's the first view of Pratumnak Beach. Hopefully you can hear me speaking over the wind. It's quite breezy here today, but that's quite welcome because it really is hot today. Right in front of me here, this is Bon, and she's selling some street food here, and she's just heating up some shrimps on a stick. If I just take it in a bit closer. So I've decided to have a couple of meals on a stick there. They're both fish. The one beyond is shrimp. Quite a selection on the trolley. Quite a lot of chicken, sausages and fish. Okay. And bring it forward. Yeah. So I've just found my way to a beach bed. They haven't come out asking for any money yet, but they have provided an extra parasol, a wastebasket and some tissue paper with respect for the food that I've just had, the fish on a skewer. They were very tasty, and the lady actually put some medium spiced sauce on the fish, and it was very nice. And those 2 skewers only cost 20 baht, which is about 30 pence or thereabouts, very cheap. So I'm now going to have a bit of a rest. It's now Friday, the 29th of April. And for the first time on this holiday, I found my way to the main beach here in Central Pattaya. I've now crossed the very busy beach road. Crossing the roads in Thailand, especially in a built-up area, isn't exactly the easiest thing to do, but I negotiated it successfully. There's quite a few boats out to sea that you can see there. Just dip my feet into the water here. Still pretty warm to see, and it's quite a lot less rough here at Central Pattaya. Pratumnak yesterday was quite rough. far too rough for my liking for swimming. Perhaps later in the holiday I'll go in and have a dip. You can see just how many of these sunbeds are vacant. By the way, when I was at Pratumnak yesterday, I thought I'd got away without paying for the sunbed, but when I was leaving, the guy popped over and said 100 baht. So that's about £2, which I suppose is quite a reasonable price. Just a little bit in the distance there, you can see the beer garden bar, which I understand has just reopened after COVID. And to the right of that, you can see a famous landmark of the Pattaya city sign. But this is about as far as you can walk along the beach, this end, and if I just swing the camera around a bit, this is part of a very famous walking street here in Pattaya city, which back in the day was quite a raucous street to walk down. Plenty of bars. After COVID it's calmed down a little bit, but I'm going to take a walk up there and see what's there. So I've ordered an orange juice here at the beer garden and been joined straight away by a lovely lady called Joy. And that's the girl behind the bar who just served the drinks. There you go. Life is a bitch sometimes. And here's the beginning of Walking Street. So I'll take a walk down the road here. Traffic is really busy at the moment. It's 5 o'clock in the evening, and of course I guess some people are leaving off work, so this is the equivalent of the Pattaya rush hour. Not quite sure what the weather's going to do later on. There's a few clouds about, although it's still sunny. Last night we had a thunderstorm which cleared fairly quickly, and I've got a feeling the same thing could happen tonight, but we'll see. Walking Street is almost what it says. There are the odd motorbike coming up here and cars as well, but mainly this street is the nightlife area for this part of the town, as you can judge by some of the signs. It's now Monday, May the 2nd, and I'm on Second Road. Just to give you an idea of the layout in Pattaya, you have 3 roads that run parallel: First Road, Second Road and Third Road. First Road is more commonly known as Beach Road, obviously the one that runs by near the beach. This vehicle that you see here is what they call a BART bus, which is kind of like a taxi service, which come along the road. You can stop them, get off where you want, all the way along the streets in Pattaya, and you can go from one end of Pattaya to the other for around about 10 baht, which is probably about 20 pence. Very good value. Apart from European and Thai restaurants, you'll also find the odd Indian restaurant where you can enjoy a curry. Tourist just stopped and asked me the way to the Central Festival shopping mall. I didn't actually know where it was, I couldn't help him. But I was walking along, and just about 100 yards further down the road, lo and behold, there is the Central Festival, which is quite a landmark actually in Pattaya. Quite a large shopping block. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've decided to have a meal here at the Yam restaurant, and I've decided to have the stir-fried pork with cashew nuts, which is just 180 baht, which is around about £3.50 I guess. And lunch is served. The meal came with this grass, which I thought might be some sort of spicy concoction, and indeed that's just what it is. It's rather nice, but I have to say it's also extremely hot, so I might put it to one side. I've now walked down from Second Road to First Road, or Beach Road as it's known, and there in front of me is quite a landmark along Beach Road, dedicated to the King. The King is very highly respected, very highly regarded by the Thais, and it's an offence to make any comments against the King here. You may be liable to a heavy fine or even a prison sentence if you take the King's name in vain here in Thailand. Just about every city in Thailand seems to have a Hard Rock cafe somewhere. When I was in Phuket 2 years ago, I used to frequent the Hard Rock cafe there quite often. They do excellent food, and of course there's excellent music entertainment as well. This one's a bit not too close to where I am at the hotel in Central Pattaya, and this is the beautiful tree-lined promenade at Beach Road. Well, after a fairly long walk, I finally found Soi 6/1, which I'm assuming is a narrow street, which must be quite close to Soi 6, which is the one that I'm trying to find. And indeed, just a few steps further on is the notorious nightlife area known as Soi 6. Taking a little bit of a risk here because the girls sitting outside these bars don't like their pictures to be taken or films to be taken, so I'm trying to be as discreet as possible. Away from Beach Road, quite a lot of the bars are still closed. The effects of COVID, of course. But of course, not all of them are closed. Well, that bar seems to be a little bit out of place in this street. Not quite sure which street I'm in at the moment, but I seem to have stumbled on this little marketplace area. Sawasdee krap. Sawasdee krap. So what do you have here? Chicken?
Yes, all chicken.
All chicken?
Yes.
Oh, all chicken. Chicken kebabs here? Can I try one of the kebabs? Try one of the kebabs?
Yes. Chicken ads.
These little chicken skewers here are just 10 baht, which is probably about 20 pence, I guess. And I'm going to try one. That looks really good. Khop khun krap. Most of these dishes you see along here are priced at 60 baht, which is about £1.50. Street food does tend to be quite a bit cheaper than you find in the restaurants. Even the restaurants are a good price. So quite a selection of street food in this little marketplace. So what do you cup? So what do we have here? You have chicken, squid there,
And shrimp,
Shrimp.
fried shrimp,
and we've got
and
pork
seafood and
and salt there.
Yeah, cashew chicken. And you?
That's good.
Cashew?
Yes.
Other shrimp. This shrimp same, this shrimp.
Oh, this
This
there
one
we
powder.
go. Yeah, that looks
Sit
good.
down.
100 baht.
And right, yeah. It's the
100.
number one at the best here.
100 baht, stir fried shrimp.
Yeah,
Good.
shrimp.
I will come back and have that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, cook and
Welcome.
cut. Cook and cut. Bye bye.
Yeah.
So I'm actually inside the cow, which is where that marketplace was. But the temperature today seems to have risen by quite a few degrees. It's quite sizzling today. So I'm going to stop and have a drink in one of these bars here. My first beer of the day then. This is probably the smallest bar that I've been to since I've been here in Pattaya. And the waitress here has provided me with a fan because it is a hot day, as I say. There's the fan down there, which is more than adequate to keep me cool. That's the inside of the bar. As you say, not very big, but it has got a pool table. The bar is next door to one of the many hundreds of massage parlours in the town, where you can enjoy a variety of Thai massage. But they're very inexpensive. There you can see the prices. A foot massage or a Thai massage for 150 baht and an eye massage for 200 baht, which is around about £4 for an hour. So very cheap massages here in Thailand. I'm now back in the taxi with Tony, and one more place to visit before I go to Bangkok tomorrow. Going to Jomtien Beach. And I've arrived at Jomtien at this very lovely little coffee shop. Gonna have croissant and an Americano. A very convenient little coffee shop. It's right by where Tony dropped me off in the taxi. Here I am then on Jomtien Beach. Jomtien is about a 15-minute drive from the main Central Pattaya area. I was hoping to have a swim here today, but the sea looks a little bit on the rough side. On the horizon there. Walking now along the tree-lined prom. Quite pleasant actually. And it's also quite a pleasant day weather-wise today. It is sunny, but there is a breeze and it's not quite as hot as it has been the last few days. And right here is a landmark that I've been searching for ever since I got here. This is the Jomtien Pattaya sign. And I must admit, it does look a lot cleaner here. You've got the deck chairs there, and they are proper deck chairs. Trees lining There's a lovely lady here selling some street food. I've been told she doesn't want to have a photo taken, but you can see the lovely food there that's on offer. Turning the corner then away from the beach. Just had a drink at the Country Road bar there.